How do you start it?
I'm a safety guy. That's why I'm riding in the back.
I'm Greg. I'm the company man. That's why I'm not driving.
Yeah, and I'm Renee, the roughneck. We're trying to start a new podcast, so let's get going, huh? Send it. So we're right now. We're getting off a fucking pad. Oh, no cussing. We're getting off a pad.
Leaving a Pro Petro frac for Exxon.
No. Right.
We're leaving a frac that is not Pro Petro.
It's not for
And it's not Exxon.
And it's not for Exxon.
All right. So we're not currently. So we're trying to do a podcast for all you guys out there trying to do oil field. Yeah. Right? Or for roughnecks that are already doing oil field.
Yeah. I'll tell you the working difference between the Texas side of fracking compared to the New Mexico side of fracking is the operations over here are not quite as big as we're running out in the southeast of Mexico. It's doesn't mean it's not effective, but that's one of the key differences that I'll personally notice is
but
the operation's a little bit smaller than what we got going on right there.
Come on.
Me or him?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
It is a little bit smaller.
What, Texas to New Mexico?
The way that we frack between the way that they're fracking out there compared to what this frack has been, a little smaller. Definitely.
Yeah, but this is just one job.
It is one job.
Yeah, I mean, like there's hundreds of frack jobs. Like in New Mexico, there's.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I didn't say nothing earlier when you're talking. I'm like, okay, I'm just getting some key points here.
Yeah.
And no, look, dude, I love New Mexico. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever fracked in Louisiana?
I've never fracked in Louisiana.
I've been on Louisiana rigs and frack sites.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all different, but it's the same, right?
It is, but also the numbers statistically speak the difference between the two operations.
Bro, there's some real people out there that run numbers. We're gonna find out.
No,
let us know in the comments if you know what the numbers are. If New Mexico's out, what did we say?
New Mexico, Lee and Eddy County. Take a look.
If it's out fracking Texas,
just the two counties.
Bro, we learned how to frack in 3rd grade here in Texas.
In 3rd grade. No, and that's fine, but like.
Right? I mean,
Texas.
My babysitter was a pulling unit, bro. You know what I mean? You can't.
Man, don't get me wrong. I'm New Mexico proud. You know what I mean? But what we've been able to do out there has been well. Don't get me wrong. I live in Texas. I came to Texas because Texas business is booming. I see the difference about Texas being more friendly to business than New Mexico, which again.
So it's hurting New Mexico economy or what are you saying?
I don't know, man. Texas as a whole is doing better. Take a look at.
Ask anybody how many people is in Texas? Billions of people. Because Texas is better. You said it yourself. Y'all heard it here.
I love Texas. It is.
Well,
it's my new home, but New Mexico is also my home.
Look, for you roughnecks out there trying to come out of here and be hands, it's different from when it was what they call back in the day, and then there's also a back in the back day.
Yeah, way back in the older cats.
See, because I feel like I'm so new school, but I talk to people and they're like, that's old school.
The older cats that were drilling the Wolfcamp formation. Those old school Wolfcamp formations have high gas producing wells. So those wells are the pressures build up to what we're fracking with now. So when people are like, oh yeah, these wells, they put about 15,000 pounds on it. That's crazy because if you close any of those old gas wells from the Wolfcamp formation, those alone are getting 15,000 pounds on it. So the high pressure that we're getting now is nothing new. The difference is we're going deeper and going horizontal to hit the shell formation.
To take advantage of the whole shell.
Yeah.
Take advantage of the whole thing.
Shell has its own gas.
Pretty soon, I don't know if you heard about this.
What?
But they're making fucking wells that U-turn.
Interesting.
You never heard about that?
No.
Yeah, so you go out 10,000 feet, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you go out another 10,000 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you turn back 10,000 feet or whatever. Yeah. Imagine logging that motherfucker.
I'm curious what that's going to look like with the fracking.
I'm curious.
How are you gonna get that casing?
Yeah. So
they got the casing.
So,
I mean, you gotta get around the shoeing away.
I'm gonna show you something. So like, spin this real quick. I'm gonna show you. Look.
Spin the.
So, no. Just turn around. Just
my truck.
Take a look. Yeah. Just take a look and we can spin back. Okay.
I don't think that's safety. What do you think about that?
The frack's right there. Okay. We got a frack about a quarter mile and ahead of us right now, and.
Well, I mean, it ain't gonna U-turn. It ain't gonna U-turn on a dime, bro.
Check this out.
It's gonna, you know what I mean? It's gonna be good.
No, what I'm saying is this. Now, take a look at that pump jet. You see it?
Yeah.
You see what's going on?
Yeah, it's pumping.
It's pumping. It shouldn't be pumping.
No, they should have shut in.
Yeah, it should be shut in.
Well, how you know? You don't know which way that well is going.
It doesn't. It kind of does and doesn't matter at the same time.
And you don't know how deep that well is.
No, but there's so many wells drilled out here. They communicate a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're drilling and when they're fracking, they communicate, and that's because of the fractures and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
that's the point.
But not.
Yeah.
That's not going to communicate. It's not. It's rare actually when they do communicate. I know you've been on it and I've seen it.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Yeah, but
it'll wash people's whole batteries out with the sand whenever they start.
Statistically, it's kind of rare, and that's what I mean. I've seen wells. I've been on locations where they're all fucking 10 wells are being dug, same length, but it's just the variations of them. Matter of fact, we've crossed other cases.
Yeah.
We've gone under, we've gone over. You know what I mean? So it's the things that they're doing are
one of the things that I did when I was on the production side. We hit some won't name drop any major companies, but when I was working on the production side for a company for a couple of years, we hit these 2 wildcat wells, and they did well. So what we did was they went down and then they hit out from each other, horizontally, and we shut one well in, or we pumped. We got another company again, won't name drop, but they, along with, I guess I can say we got Renegade.
Well, that's why they analog.
We got Halliburton to get the tools and the normal material to go ahead and we pumped down the well, and we shut the well in, and then we made sure we let the other well produce.
What is name dropping?
What
is name dropping gonna?
Well, I don't know. I ain't never been a snitch.
No.
No, but I mean, what we was doing was legal.
Did I zoom in on accident? Can you see me, James? Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Well, one of the things that we did do at the time was we started catching samples every day on the off the 3-phase and send all the samples back to a laboratory to see if the frac job was successful.
Right.
And it came back. It turned out good. They weren't communicating. Didn't communicate in any type of way. Whenever we had fracked it. But there's a couple methods like that where you would do stuff. Also, too, we had a lot of other wells that like you said, it's not very often that it happens. But for myself on the production side of things, we had seen a lot of times where there were wells that were communicating when they frack. So like if we didn't shut our wells in and I go and I'm getting my daily test numbers, I start seeing an influx of water, compared to my daily numbers.
So,
at facilities.
but what is okay? So it would be more feasible then, like they're trying to do the U-turn thing.
Yeah.
Because you got one well right there covering miles of underground instead of 2 or 3 wells trying to get the same zone.
Yeah. And I can see that being pretty beneficial. I'm not a very big drilling expert, so that'd be more of your bread and butter.
Well, I'm just a hammer swinger.
Yeah. What do you think, safety guy?
I'm not sure about that. I've never heard of this U-turn stuff, but if they can pull it off, it would be interesting to see.
Oh, they already tested it out. I ain't got the numbers on me, like I said. But I got my ear to the ground and I hear stuff, and yeah, they did a successful U-turn.
Nice.
Well, I mean, but of course, everything comes, when you're doing something new in the industry, it comes with the hiccups and everything like that. And I think that's what they're trying to wire. Matter of fact, there's oil.
Horizontal drilling.
There's oil underneath.
Bores underneath, like roads and stuff.
Yeah. There's waterways. There's there's all sorts of. There's caviarias, like where you're from in New Mexico.
Yeah.
We lost a whole string of drilling string. We lost it.
Shit.
Never seen it again.
Yeah. Interesting. Probably when it's in the
we were supposed to just drop. Yeah.
Well,
we lost circulation. I remember the numbers on everything, but we had lost the circulation.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we got stuck or what, because the lack of circulation, and we ended up pulling the drill string down there.
Yeah.
I think we only recovered maybe 1,500 feet of pipe, and the other was gone. We went with wire line.
Yeah.
And we never seen it again. Even when we went back to drilling, we never. But yeah, we lost the whole down.
So whenever that happens, can you fish that on the drilling side?
Oh yeah, if you lose
they'll fish like 2 or 3 times. They have to attempt it for insurance reasons.
Gotcha.
For their insurance to kick in. Well, at least that's for the company I worked with.
Yeah, no. So when you say, okay, so first of all, remember I was talking earlier about dripping pipe for days on end?
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You drip pipe with a mill at the end of the, instead of a drill bit, you got a mill.
With the jump basket.
With the jump basket, exactly. And you trip in, you mill on it for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And you trip right the fuck out.
Yeah.
6-inch pipe. And you trip right. And it used to be with no SDA.
First you run that overshot. And try to get the big stuff, and then you run the mill and jump basket.
No, the reason for the mill was to make sure the overshot has a clear shot.
I got you.
Yeah, and depending on where it broke off,
And the overshot, that's the thing that has the teeth on the inside.
Yeah,
you go over it. It's like
a Chinese fingers. Yeah.
Okay. Because I've seen what some of the tools look like, so I get an idea, but I don't know the names officially. I've also never been a fisherman, but I have a good friend of mine that he's a.
You got an overshot. You got a spear, and you got a.
And that goes bonds on the inside, right?
On the inside, depending on if it's a small ID or a bigger ID.
Yeah.
It all depends on what not the company man now. It's definitely whoever makes some shots.
The
engineers who, because before they do every well, they have it planned out, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have the life of a well planned from the time they get the seismic graphs.
Yeah.
If that looks like a good place to drill, they have plans and what kind of water they're going to use, what kind of drilling fluids and everything. Everything is planned in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
They have everything planned out. Well, that's why they get on every stick of drill pipe that goes down there. They got the ID, they got the OD, and the thickness of it. They have, what I mean? Okay. Every number is important when you're drilling. It ain't just a bunch of fucking Neanderthals out there knuckle scraping, fucking swinging hammers and shit until oil comes out. You know what I mean? And then production comes with their smart guys.
A lot of the engineers that I worked alongside with, we sat back and I would have to hit them up because, a good friend of mine, he engineered.
And that's what we're doing this, I don't know if it's a podcast or if it's just a video, man. Yeah. We're trying to get some views out here of some real roughnecks, some company man that's been out there fucking, digging the shit and doing what we got to do,
Doing the things.
What do they call it on that show in the patch? It feels weird calling it the patch, bro.
Yeah, I call it home.
We call it home. We call it fucking bread and butter.
Bread and butter, baby.
You know what I mean? People see a distant fucking barren land out there. We see money, bro. Yeah. We see money. We see food for our kids. We see, freedom.
Yeah, they smell sour gas. We smell money.
Well, as long as you can smell it, it's good because
that's right.
Run.
Yeah. Hey, that sweet oil smells good for sure. Hey, when I pulled into Midland yesterday, because I was sitting in Lubbock for about a good month or so, cut back down here, and I just smelled the sweet oil in there, and I was like, "This smells good."
I don't know how many times.
I'm nose blind, so I've been here for a whole day and a half. Now I'm nose blind. So
well, I don't know how many times I've gone up there on top of the drilling rig, and as a derrick hand, and looked at the vast expansion of the oil field and just jerked one. Obviously, I'm joking. If your kids are watching, if you're sensitive, this is an Oilfield.
Limp Bizkit, man.
No, bro. No.
It's a joke, guys.
Okay, you can say jokes too, though. But I'm not saying I'm the only joker, bro.
Yeah.
But, and was that passionate? Was that too much, though? I don't know. Let us know in the comments.
Hey, you want to know what I really do love about the Texas side of things? The infrastructure, like the gas pipelines, the pipelines systems that are implemented here in Texas to be able to get stuff from like here to Houston, or from all the way to El Paso to California, the old El Paso pipeline, which is now going to be what is it?
Never even heard of that. That's pretty
it's
cool.
Going to be Kinder Morgan. So Kinder Morgan's got a huge pipeline system that runs from California over to
shout out to California, man. They're getting it down over there. Hey. Bakersfield, bro, man.
Yeah, I was out in Cali at the
Roughnecks out there, man. We hear y'all.
Man, I love Cali. Some of the stuff that you guys have implemented out there are kind of pain in the ass. Like, I had to pay 10 cents for some bags at Walmart. That was ridiculous. We get them for free out here. But again, Cali overall, I love Cali.
Dude, Cali's all right, man. Y'all
I love Cali.
Stay in Cali, though. You know what I mean? If you can. Nah, man. Don't need to work, bro. No, I've had some brothers that come over here.
Yeah, don't come to Texas.
And I'm like, wait, where you from? You know, California. I'm like,
well, people give California.
Come on, man. I already like you already, bro. Don't start saying shit now.
Yeah, they give Cali a bad rep, but like they see things like we see.
Bro, yeah, man. If you're in the Oilfield and you're in California, bro, shout out to you, man. You're getting it done in a place. You're actually behind enemy lines.
Yeah. Because
here in Texas, bro, you tell somebody you're in the Oilfield, they salute you, not salute you, but you know they'll shake your hand, they'll respect you.
Yeah.
Everybody respects the Oilfield guys.
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah. Here in Texas, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if they're racist and you're another color, you're in the Oilfield, I mean, they'll respect you, bro. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a trip. It gives you a sense of pride when you get home and you know you don't put in a good 12 hours or 2 weeks straight. You know what I mean? And people see you, the fucking mailman sees you and he's like, damn, bro, I'm not even gonna bone your wife while you're gone.
The mailman, boy.
Because you put gas in it, bro. Yeah. Man, I don't know if they say that. I'm not a mailman.
But I do a lot of observing of the Texas infrastructure, a lot of stuff, man. Just the Texas infrastructure of the roads and a lot of the stuff that's set up out here, it's crazy. Like, even in the people, bro, the difference between like New Mexicans and Texans is like, I see that like everybody's
New Mexicans, not Mexicans.
Yeah, not Mexicans.
A lot of people they start
new Mexicans, right? Which is the state, guys. People that don't know, it's the state.
I know. Every time I come back from over, they're like, how's the cartel?
I tell people.
Randall
from
White.
like New Mexico, they're like, "Oh, you speak English well?" Like, yeah, I'm in America, bro. What do you mean?
Like, what are you saying, bro? They don't even. Well, that's people, though. We don't generally talk to the general public because of that. Though we judge. Bro, I don't care if you're 18 years old, man, and you get a job in the Oilfield, get it. Even if it's scraping.
Hey, if
it's scraping old infrastructure, anything. Yeah, if you be a welder, bro, you're top tier over here.
I'll tell you what to do if you're young, bro. You're 18 or 20, 21, or even, it doesn't matter. Go to pumper school in Hobbs, New Mexico. Look up New Mexico Junior College, and it's like a 2-week course. You'll pay like $1,800, and then it'll change your entire life. It's a ticket.
Did you go to pumper school?
No, I didn't need to. I had ends. I had ends.
You speak English.
Yeah.
I might want to go to pumper school. I never heard of that.
Oh, check it out. Check it out in Hobbs, bro.
Because I was trying to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to try to plug in nobody. Yeah. I'm old school, so I broke out, getting yelled at, being belittled.
We got 2 weeks off. You can get paid and go do it in 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. It's a 2-week course.
I'm going to look into that.
You pay $1,800, bro. Hey, it'll change your life.
Yeah.
Me, I never needed it. I was kind of dating somebody, and her dad happened to be a big shot, and they got me plugged into, a major oil operator.
No, it happens, man. If you know somebody that knows somebody, man, get it. Get it. If you don't know anybody, get it.
Yeah.
Because you can make it happen, man. You can live a comfortable life.
Yeah.
Working in the oil field, man. Now, granted, there's some people that you see with missing fingers that have been out here that are salty. They've been out here for 50 fucking years, and they're still low level. That's on them.
Yeah.
That's on them.
That goes back to changing the way you think. Like we was talking about earlier. The Bible says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Just change the way you think. Get around people that are smarter than you.
Yeah. That's what I liked about this new company that we're working at. I entered the room, and I could say 80% of the people in there were smarter than me.
Yeah, they're all
and I love that though, because now I could go to each and one of y'all in a personal level and pick your brains out, and vice versa. I mean, I'm gonna add to the wealth of knowledge, obviously, but you know what I mean. But it's always good to learn too. You always be open to learning.
Yeah, 100%.
You always got to be open to learning more
things. Always be a student.
Not being open to new ideas or what's that thing that makes you like people in a funny way? Yeah.
In a funny way. Definitely gay.
Definitely fucking gay.
Yeah.
Even if you're gay, come out here and fucking pull slips. Don't be gay out here, bro.
Yeah, I know a couple gay people that were involved.
But they're roughnecks. You'll never know.
Like my boy Juan from UG.
Bro, call him out, bro. God damn.
I'm just kidding. I had to get you one.
Carlos from next year. He's fucking gay.
He's gay.
He's gay as fuck, bro.
Hey, get one of your gay homies a shout out, bro.
Yeah. Do it, funny. Safety guy.
Do it, safety guy. I gotta stay dude.
That is true. Carlos ain't
fucking
gay.
Safety.
Nobody likes safety, but safety. Listen, okay, since we're on that topic, safety is, in my opinion, very important.
Me, I'll just cowboys. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, there's some cowboys out there. You can cowboy some shit.
No, you're right.
And get away with it, but in the day you can't.
Yeah.
Is the day you come home and you're missing a finger.
Well, I've ran some people off my locations.
For safety issues?
Oh, yeah. Like, all right, so check this out. Talking about the wolf camp wells. I had this old gas well. There was 2 gas wells, and I had a high-low valve on a sales line upstream, or downstream, downstream quite a ways. The solenoid on it kept going out, so it kept closing that high-low. Well, on my ESD valve that I had on my wellhead, which is a gas well, it failed open, which is not how ESDs work. If anything, they need to fail closed if there's a problem with it. But it failed open. So what happened is when this high-low downstream, it failed and it closed. That one failed closed. But what happened on my ESD valve at the wellhead is it failed open. So check this out. The pipeline, the gas sales, whoever I'm selling my gas to, that's what I'm trying to say. They called me, hey Greg, we're gonna go ahead and get this open if you want to come down and swap it out. One of the 2 things. Okay, cool. I'll be right there. But hey, y'all be careful. I got this ESD that was stuck open. But let me run down. I need to see what the fuck's going on, because this isn't adding up. It's like that's the only valve on the other side of things that's going on. But on my well, I got like 13,000 pounds on this wellhead. So no, actually, I think that this wellhead was more like, it was like 3,000 pounds, and that line was hydro tested for 1,800 pounds. Well, I had that 3,000 pounds, and it put me in a panic because I realized that these people are over here changing out a high-low solenoid, and I show up and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Hey, where's y'all's gauge on this line? Yeah. They had already swapped it out. They're like, oh. So they go and they start getting ready to put a gauge on this line, and that's when I realized, I'm like, wait, y'all did this without even checking the pressure on this? I was like, hey, y'all need to get the hell out.
That's why they make rules.
We're 1,200 pounds above what this line is even hydro tested for. It's ready to blow at any point. So, we have old school. They'd be able to, bleed stuff down into the atmosphere, right? Well, I don't know. Maybe you can still do it now, but at Conoco, there's a lot of H2S in certain fields over there, so it'll corrode a lot of compressors and a lot of stuff. So it's not often safe, right? Which is why they use air compressors to go ahead and put work your throttle valve and stuff like that. Well, other places with sweet gas, you can use its own gas to go ahead and run the throttle valves, and you'll hear gas, leaking and stuff. But you got sweet gas, no choice. And anyways, long story short is, I ran these dudes off, and it was an older cat, and he was showing these two people, and I was like, hey man, you guys need to go ahead and get out of here. What do you mean? I said, you see this? I said, this line right here has 3,000 pounds. I put that gauge that they brought to me, and it wrapped that gauge around. It was like a 1,500 pound gauge. I said, you see this? This line's hydro test for 1,800 pounds. There's 3,000 pounds on this line because I had another deal that pressure up this whole line.
So yeah.
So long story short, I had to rent these guys off. Yes, for safety reasons.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever seen a line blow, you know what'll happen? It'll kill you before you know you're dead.
Well, I mean, you ain't trying to scare everybody.
No, and I'm not. But the reality is, pressure does kill.
Pressure does kill.
Pressure does kill, and it's not.
Well, you only need what, 15
that is
psi? 15 psi to.
I think it's like
penetrate the skin.
I think it's like 8.
Really?
I think it's 8, bro. I think it's lower.
But there's a mathematical equation, though. The area has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
Because if you got a tank, like let's say a silo, and you got only 5 pounds on it.
Oh, but there's a lot of square inches.
Yeah, it's a lot of square inches.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, compared to a little line.
Yeah.
So safety, you've been doing it for how long?
20 years.
How much has it changed in your eyes, in your opinion? You've been on drilling rigs. You've been on frac sites, am I right?
No, mostly drilling.
Mostly drilling.
Yeah.
Where the men become men.
It's changed a lot.
Sorry, guys, I ain't never been drilling.
It went from the companies, shitting and getting to fucking stepping back and taking the time to do it right. But you can't have an efficient operation without a safe operation. You can't have a safe operation without an efficient operation. They go hand in hand.
So there's a thin line between efficiency and safety.
You got to have them both, so you ain't gonna have an efficient operation because if you're always shutting down because you're hurting people.
So, like at first, what I was trying to get at is at first, what I remember, everything was shitting and getting it, like you said, cowboy, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's shitting and getting it. Hands are flying, fingers are. I had to find somebody's finger in a cellar, but it was a bolt, so it wasn't even the finger. Yeah. I went and told the guy, "Hey, I didn't find your finger." He's like, oh, "Okay." Anyways, so that kept me off the chain for 8 years, and left me in a warm position.
Yeah.
But now we're doing just as much as we was doing back then, safely.
Yep. Now they got the pipe spinners the
ST80.
ST80.
Pipe spinners were back.
I guess that's way back when. Yeah.
2010. Yeah. And I thought that was
futuristic. Way back 2010. Now they don't sound that far, but
you were
now
6 years old, bro.
I was like,
no, when I said that about 9/11.
Oh yeah, I was 6. Yeah. Hey, I was 6 when 9/11 happened, guys. Just keep in mind.
Which is a tragedy.
I actually remember that. I was in school here in Texas whenever that happened. I remember like them having the TV on in all the classrooms, and they had the lights dimmed. They was watching.
Damn, should they do that to kids?
It was 9/11. The country was.
But
I don't know. I remember it.
It's like remember watching that space shuttle when the astronaut and teachers blew up. That was.
Hey, all the schools was ready for that, huh? We're like, there's a teacher there, and we was all watching it. We're little.
Yeah.
Well,
I was a freshman.
So I was way younger than him. Way younger.
I'm the old man.
And it was like tragically. I still remember it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm asleep. Thinking about going to the moon and shit. Like, wait, remember what happened in Columbia? Or what was it? Discovery.
Yeah,
Discovery. Hey, we was talking to a guy earlier that he remembers Pearl Harbor. Saw that dust we were fucking loading up to where we were just doing. So right now we're going through Midland, which is
Is this Midland?
This is Midland. Yeah, you were right, bro.
Yep. I worked out there for a couple of years.
Okay, so you get this area. That's how it is for me in Lee County and stuff. I know all of it. So
this being Midland, the other day I seen a big old jacked up truck, and it said something about Russian. He was a Russian.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, he was a Russian. So you got Russians. I ran into Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say Cubans and Venezuelans.
One of my old senior
Texas,
senior engineers, whenever we kicked off that whole
Nigerians
new infrastructure. Yeah, I worked with Nigerian.
You're doing today?
A buddy of mine, Obi. Obi, shout out, my boy.
Yeah, shout out to High. I think that was his name, Hydro.
See, I had an old senior engineer. He was from Canada. Dude was sharp. He was kind of tough. He lives out here in Midland too.
Yeah, why is that? Them Canadians, I thought they were supposed to be nice, bro.
Like,
I worked on a precision rig.
He was
man,
sharp,
they were
though,
mean
man.
as fuck, bro.
He was sharp. He was real sharp.
Instead of worms, they call you rig pigs. Yeah, and Oilers.
You guys.
Oh, you an Oiler? Yeah. No, I don't even watch Houston football, bro.
That was way back when.
Oilers. And right now, we pissed off at Canada, I think, or I don't know if we're cool yet or not. So, no politics. We're gonna be talking about no politicking.
I voted for Biden, guys. No, I'm just
get the way, bro. I was about to just ask you kindly to just get the fuck out the truck, bro.
I was about to ask you kindly to get the fuck out the truck.
Bro, you're a company man and everything, but I can only take so much, man.
You should have jumped on the interstate.
I'll tell you, that reminds me of a story. So I was on a rig, right?
Yeah.
And they said that this driller's, he's racist, this and that, and he was. He lived up to his name, right?
Yeah.
But this guy didn't have a fucking ride home one day. And we was already going home, and we were tripping. We had lost that pipe, and we were tripping like big time, right? And so I'm like, well, look, my wife's gonna come pick me up, and she's like, all right. My wife brought her brother because she didn't want to drive alone.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Carlsbad by yourself.
Yeah.
Anyways, we pick him up, and we're jamming. My wife's listening to fucking Lil Wayne, the new car that came out, Carter 5 or whatever. I mean, we're just jamming, right? And it's about to sound bad, but he's like, we show up in Abilene. I told my wife, hey, pull over, because we were drinking on the way over there. And I told my wife, pull over, I got to use the restroom. And she's like, all right. She turned off the music, right? And he said, bro, I don't know if I'm going to get shit for this. He said, about time.
We should have jumped on the interstate back there.
No, I'm going to do a Business 20.
Oh, okay.
Business 20 is that way we go through to town.
No,
so he said, about time you turned off them coon tunes. And I was like, but I mean, dude, well, I went to the restroom and he went with me, right? And I told him, look, motherfucker, you could be racist towards me all fucking day long on the rig. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You call me whatever you want. He called me a couple wetbacks, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But that's my family. That's my wife. I mean, she ain't got to hear that bullshit.
Yeah.
He goes, well, you could just fucking fuck off. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I went back to the truck, to the car, and I'm like, babe, pop the trunk. She goes, yeah, about time you got rid of this motherfucker. And this is after 2008, so I hadn't worked in a while, and we needed the fucking money.
Yeah.
He said, you're fucking running out. I don't give a fuck. I took these bags out of the fucking trunk of the car, put it right there in there, and it was in a bad part of, I don't know if it was a bad part, but there's black guys there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a bad part. I'm saying there was black people there.
Yeah.
And I said, and I yelled at him, why don't you say that racist shit now, motherfucker? And I jumped in the car, and his eyes were just like big as saucers. No. And we left, and then my pusher, Bobby Thompson, called me right before. Real quick. Like, Renee, go pick that man up. He ain't gonna say nothing to you no more. I'm like, am I ran off? No, you ain't ran off. Bet. I went and picked him up. He was quiet as fuck all the way to, where we dropped him off in Springtown, man. I'm not saying he's still racist, but I'm sure he didn't help any. But the thing is, you gotta have thick skin, right? They say. But I mean, there's a limit too, guys. Don't go over there. And the shit that I put up with, my son, I don't want him to put up with it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that. That's what they say. That's what they say. But is that just an excuse to be a dick or an asshole?
No,
Come on.
You're right.
I mean, that's what the new generation, the old generation, is having trouble figuring out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I said a joke. Well, it was racist. Well, was it though?
Well, I've hit a man a little older. It was probably like, I would say 45 to 50. Punched him right in his fucking face. But he was also being disrespectful towards me. And I told him, I was like, hey man, get your hand out my face. Get your hand out my face. And then he poked me in the chest and I hit him.
And there is a lot of black people in the oil field, y'all. Don't get it twisted.
Oh.
And they are
workers.
And they what?
Hard workers, man.
Yeah, no,
I got brothers out here, man.
Because when a black guy, this is what I feel, and me being Mexican, every time you go to work somewhere and you being a Mexican, you feel like the whole pressure, because you gotta be a hard worker because you're Mexican. And I feel like black people, when they come to work, they got that same pressure as to not live up to the stereotype that they have, that they're lazy and all that.
Yeah.
So when you run into an oil field worker that's black,
Yeah.
I fucking guarantee you, he's one of the hardest workers on that fucking on that location. Of course, you get a couple guys sometimes that live up to the stereotype.
Yeah.
You know, like me, I don't want to fucking work no more. I would go up there and just, if I can fucking get away with sitting around, I'm gonna get away with sitting around.
Sorry, guys.
So we're going through downtown Midland, which is a real highly classy place, real metropolitan.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I need to check out places out here.
To live, to eat.
To live. To live. I don't move
Nobody
out here.
lives in Midland, Odessa. We just come and visit for 2 weeks at a time.
I know. I live in Lubbock. There's a lot of
Shout
people
out to
making a lot
Lubbock.
of money out there. Lubbock, Texas, 806, my home, baby.
Shout out to West Virginia, because I know they're drilling out there in the Appalachia, North Dakota. Fuck, I heard there was drilling rigs in Michigan.
Michigan,
Yeah.
Ohio.
they're drilling water wells, boy.
No, I don't know what they're drilling.
Drilling water wells.
They're drilling in Arkansas. Guys drilling rigs. I had a pusher that was from Arkansas.
It's been a while since I mean, I'm sure they still got them. But
Arkansas don't know nothing about no drilling.
Well, they drill out diamonds. Why wouldn't they drill out black diamonds?
Diamonds ain't black.
No. Black diamonds are though, bro. I didn't think. Okay, so we're drilling through granite, the hard surfaces. You use a black diamond tip.
yeah,
$100,000 fucking drill.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What about Missouri? Does Missouri do anything?
Missouri,
I
guys,
went
they
to
got a
Missouri.
good hand.
I went to Missouri.
I've had some, not Missouri, Mississippi. The brothers from Mississippi.
call it misery.
Shout out to Mississippi.
Misery. But the thing is, I worked all day. I pumped all day. And then I drove all night to go pick my brother up off that military base. And then drove all the way back that
Shout
night,
out
and
to the
went back to work again the next day.
to
So
our
I spent
arms.
3 days. Yeah. Shout out to Rob, our brother. He also just took a new job. He's a salesman for a company. He's doing really well. Tall, handsome, white kid, really buff.
If you're in the army or just got out of the army, come to Oilfield, man. You like it.
Yeah, sure.
You like it. If you're over there fucking bagging groceries and you just serve this country, come to the Oilfield. You'll get the respect you deserve, bro.
Come to Midland, Texas.
Come to Midland. Come to Odessa.
Don't go to Odessa.
Don't.
I'm just kidding. I love Odessa.
Shout out to Odessa, man. They produce some hard workers out there.
They do.
Pecos.
My boy Nick. We just got Nick hired on over here.
So we might get 5 views. We might get 500,000 views. We don't give a fuck. If y'all want another video of us talking to each other, bullshitting, y'all want to hear some Oilfield stories, y'all want to got some Oilfield questions, hit the what's it called, the comments. We'll review them, we'll screen them, and then we'll fucking get back at you at another time.
Like,
right now we're gonna try to do another video in a month or two. We're gonna come together.
y'all add me on Snapchat. No, I'm just kidding.
Add them on Snapchat. What do you got? MySpace, you said?
no.
Add him on MySpace, James. No. What's that one before MySpace? AOL chat.
AOL. Yeah, I think that's the one. Hey, look.
Hey, if you just got out of prison,
Yeah.
come to the Oilfield, man.
I was about to say, there goes a prison bus.
Yeah, there's a whole prison bus out there, bro. Shit.
Yeah.
We hire prisoners.
Hey, check this out. Anybody coming out of prison, man, you guys probably in a bind, but you guys can go be flow back ends, man. That's gonna be a really good pickup. Go get yourself an RV, camp it out on location.
Well, you can't just
for
get
a
it off
month.
the bat on an RV.
Well, they can.
Dude,
bro,
these are
they can
felons,
figure-
bro. I'm
they
not
can
gonna
figure something out, bro. There's
Just
something.
get
What
out
I'm
here,
saying
bro.
is,
Get out here.
get a
Guaranteed,
cheap,
bro.
But get a fucking van, a little old school van that
Don't steal it.
$30 or $30.
Don't steal the motherfucker,
whatever.
god damn it.
Then go park it out there and just make it into a
Some of these
little
guys,
place.
as soon as y'all
You
get
can
out of prison, y'all want to go back
You
in.
can stay for 2
Don't do that.
weeks, bro.
Get
2
off of
weeks.
drugs for a little bit. If you're on drugs, I'm not saying prisoners are.
Dude.
Get your hair follicles straight.
Yeah.
3 months out, 4 months out, get on a drilling rig.
Shave everything, bro.
Everything.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Heads, legs, some shit.
What else?
Arms,
What
legs.
else? Shave. Just look, man. This is what you do. Stop doing drugs. Shave everything, and then grow it out. And when you do, hit me up in the comments, and man, I'll show you where to go. You want numbers? I got phone numbers of people hiring. They'll hire anybody, and they pay good. Don't think, oh man, I ain't gonna do that job. It's Oilfield, man. They're getting paid. The motherfucker's smiling under that fucking.
Shit, I'll hire you to cut my grass. That's a $20
There ain't no grass
come
in
up.
West Texas, bro.
That's my point. That's why it's a good come up. $20.
No, man. No. I'm talking about get on a rig. Get out here, find a rustabout crew. Find anything to get you in. And then you build up your reputation.
Dang, there's a Nova Mud out here. Nova Mud came from what?
I work for them. I just told you that.
Yeah, they're from Levinson, the people that own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know their history.
I played against their son in football.
I just cashed your checks.
He had a broken arm at the time, bro, and he ran the ball right up the middle. I was strong safety, and I hit him with, bam, fucked him up. He's still on the ground. Ah.
There's guys out there that's gonna take advantage of you. They see you winged.
The what?
I said they're gonna take advantage of you. They see you winged.
Oh yeah.
Come out here, man. We got Mr. T's Mink Market out here.
Mr. T's.
We got faded souls, tattoos.
Those are gorditas.
Come on, there's money out here. Come get you some.
There's a massage parlor.
Yeah, any questions? I mean, this is episode 1. Episode 2, who knows? Episode, we don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's one for y'all.
Here's a Church's Texas chicken.
You ain't never ate at Church's?
Yeah, but not Church's Texas. I've eaten Church's, but that one said Church's Texas chicken.
Huh. In case you didn't know where you're at. In case you overshot your border jumping. Or you undershot it. You undershot it. Oh, we're still in Texas. Right? We're still in Texas.
I could definitely tell I'm in Texas. I know for a fact I'm not in New Mexico. I can tell the difference.
You know how you know when somebody's from Texas?
They don't show about Texas.
Wait about 5 seconds and they're going to tell you.
Yeah, they'll let you know.
They'll let you know.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
But hey, on the cool though, I'm proud to live in Texas now too. But I also can't forget about New Mexico, man.
No, man, shouts out to New Mexico, bro, to 505.
505.
Portales,
I'm
New Mexico,
575, yeah.
Oh, y'all added some numbers to it?
Yeah, so everything else is 505, or like the northern part's 505, and like southern New Mexico is 575 now. So.
Okay, so yeah, that means you added more people.
Yeah.
Your population went up.
Yeah.
So they probably got about 10,000 people now.
Yeah, I hope so. 10,000.
We don't mean no disrespect. We don't mean, if you take it as a disrespect, you think we said it good.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, this ain't the place for you.
We're not. What's it called? We're not placement.
We're not gay.
We're not gay, but we're not. And if you're gay, fucking pull some slips, bro. Come out here, dog. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? We really don't give a fuck. Just don't expect us to call you she, him, or shay, or whatever. Dog, you're a man. You're a man. You're a woman. You're a woman, bro. Pull them fucking slips. You can be whatever the fuck you want when you go home. Because I tell you what, I 14 years on a junior rig. I was a piece of shit. I was a fucking hey you, a wetback, a fucking this and that. But when I went home, I was the boss. I was fucking willing and dealing, bro. In my lowrider, you know what I mean? These motherfuckers respected me, and they knew I had a tough job.
Yeah.
They knew when I went out to work, it was fucking hard work, and I was getting it. You know what I mean? So
being on the company side of stuff for so long, I've gotten so much shit from people. They're like, you don't even know how to work, and I'm like, actually, you're right.
I've seen it. I could attest to that. I've seen it today. I was like, wow, bro.
Hey, swing that hammer,
bro. Yeah.
Hey, come on. Hey,
he grabbed that hammer from the wrong way.
I was swinging the left hand. This motherfucker. I don't want to hit you.
Sir, could you turn it around?
All right, guys. I could have went right in, dude. Took brother's shoulder out.
No product placement here.
Yeah.
At all.
Let me see. Hopefully these guys can.
You can't even see. We don't even know if you can hear me. I'm just gonna straight up shoot it out to YouTube. Well, if it picks up, we'll buy more equipment and get y'all a better show. If it don't, we'll probably still fuck around with the camera a little bit and throw another show out there, y'all.
Just talk.
Be safe. Keep it turning to the right. Safety, you got anything to say?
Peace out, guys.
Peace out.
See you guys. Black and white world we live in.